Movies and Martinis celebrates women and diversity in the entertainment world
by ranking trending movies, shows, and books.
with two completely different perspectives and ranked by delicious martinis.
Listen to find out how many martinis we felt it was worth.
And learn about the women who have written, performed, and/or directed in everything we have rated.
A new episode is available every Thursday on your favorite podcast platform and YouTube. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Priya, how are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Really excited about what we're about to begin.
Yes. So this is our first ever Books and Martinis indie author pop-up. Wow, that's a mouthful.
You said it well. I love it.
Now, guys, before we even start, we love what we do and want to continue to share our fun content with you. It will help us out so much if you hit that subscribe and follow button. So make sure you do that right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Do it.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, now let's get back to the show. Now today, as we said, is our first pop-up, our indie author pop-up. And we're featuring the amazing Chris Walters. He is the author of Goddess Good. With every author, for each pop-up show that we do, we've sent them some questions they need to answer. Because we want to find out what's behind the curtains. Why they write their book? What was the process like? So Mercy and I are going to go through these answers and talk about their amazing book. And right after we're done, you're going to go and check them out and support your local indie authors. That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay. So Chris wrote a book called Goddess Good. I'm going to read the synopsis, guys. It's 6,000 years ago, Inanna was the most powerful goddess in ancient Mesopotamia. Now she works night security in Portland, Oregon. Keeping her true nature disguise, bored out of her mind, Ayanna jumps at the chance for something different when her best friend opens a bikini coffee cart. Wow. Hey, Mercy, you can open up a bikini coffee cart.
I am loving Chris's imagination.
Right? That is so fun.
This is so cool.
For the past 1,700 years, Inanna and others like her have been hunted by a group of men dedicated to ensuring there's only one true God by eliminating all the competitions. Sean Chambers is one of those God killers. Recently assigned to Portland, Sean diligently seeks deities and other fey creatures by searching for hidden enemies and thirsty work. Can an immortal and a mortal on opposite sides of a secret war raging for centuries find happiness? And might require a miracle. I love this synopsis. This is so fun.
This is so different, so out there. I'm loving it. And the book cover is gorgeous.
Yes.
And hey, Chris, if you're listening to me, I want to say there's like a little bit of a resemblance there with the character, the main character, and you. I'm just throwing it out there. Go on, Priya. I just wanted to say that. I'm loving it.
I know Chris is going to love that.
So then we asked Chris, what inspired you to write this book? He told us that many years ago, he read Small Gods by Terry Pratchett, and some of the concepts stuck with him. I intended to write a fun romantic comedy, he told us. What I wrote was a romantic comedy, which is also semi-satirical. Can't say that word, you guys, but you know what I mean. Commentary on humanity's relationship with religion and the divine. So that was quite the inspiration. So basically, it all comes from Small Gods. I think it just ignited a fire in him, or kind of, planted seeds in his brain. And when he read Small Gods, he thought, oh my God, I could make this, I could take off from here and go on. So look at how far it went.
And I think this is so classic too, because sometimes we start writing something and we envision it being like a certain way, but it totally isn't. Like it doesn't end up that way at all. Like he thought it was going to be just a romantic comedy, but then it turned into a paranormal urban fantasy, way off the charts, way bigger than he thought it was going to be. And I think that's amazing. Like, and he says he's a pantser, which means that you just write whatever's on your brain. Like you're not sitting there looking at a board with organized sticky notes or like an agenda of what you're going to do. You're just inspired and you're just cranking away.
Free spirit. Yes. I love that. And
So that takes us into our next question. How long did it take you to craft your story? And it took him 1 month for the first draft, Mercy. 1 month.
Jeez.
He just let the conversations like drive the plot. And that was pretty much his action plan. You know, he was nervous, but he just did it. And then he did a few rounds of revisions and rewrote the ending, and then got some beta feedback, you know, and that's very much the process. You're just writing and writing, you do the revisions, the edits, and then you get some feedback. And then sometimes if you're like us, me and you, we have to
Yeah.
go back and
Right?
do it
It's
over.
crazy. Yes. And we just, you and I have interviewed so many authors. It's just so enriching. And we hear from some of the authors that wrote for 15 or 20 years. Even one, I think our first author, remember, he had been writing for like 40 years, that one story of The Exorcist. It was like
Right?
insane. Yes, insane. But that kind of takes us, I guess, to a whole new question, which we ask every single author. And we love sharing with all the authors that listen to us and the readers, of course, that listen to us, which is what advice would he give any aspiring author? And he tells us, write for yourself, which we hear over and over again. You know, I think we would think as authors, you're writing for the masses or you're writing for a specific avatar, as they say, right? If it's females or if it's male or if it's young adults. But this author once again tells us, write for yourself, find the characters and the stories which move you. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, be open to feedback and criticism, something we've learned through the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to be sure that the story that you are telling is going to be understood by your readers, which is very
Yeah.
important. And also find a good editor. Again, we keep hearing this, which is great information. The
Mm-hmm.
final piece is to find a supportive community, which I hope we're providing Chris today, either online or wherever you live. Tell your story directly from your heart. Don't overthink it, but make sure that it reads clearly. You and I know with as avid readers how hard it could be to read books that you don't understand. They're just kind of all over the place or you know, that build the world so much that you lose interest before you even meet the characters or vice versa. And
Yeah.
so everything in balance. So I mean, I cannot thank you enough, Chris, for your advice and for sharing with us this beautiful story that you wrote and sharing this great cover. I love the passion behind the characters in the cover. I love the title. Everything about it is just wonderful, Chris.
Yes. And I love the fact we're starting off with goddess. God is
Yes, yes. And let me tell you, if I
good.
see a little bit of Chris there, Pri, I gotta say I see a little bit of you in her. So I'm
What?
just throwing that out there.
What?
Yeah, look at her. She's gorgeous with the long hair. Look at her. Come on. Oh,
It's
you
the dark
guys.
hair. We both have dark hair. I don't
I
know.
don't know. She
I
looks
don't
like you.
know.
She's got your skin tones.
All right,
I
all
don't know,
right, all
Priya.
right.
You
Enough
take
with
it
the
and you run with
flattery.
it.
Enough with the
Yes, run
flattery.
with it.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to our first ever Books and Martinis indie author pop up. Make sure you check out Chris Walter's book, God is Good. We will drop all the links in the summary where you can purchase it, find it, support him, follow him on Instagram, support our
Yes.
indie author community. A big shout out to our Elysium Bookstagram community. And thank you
Yes.
guys for listening. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, share, follow. See you
Yes.
next
And
week.
we will talk to you on the next one.